So can you make a nice chocolate fruity dessert, still have it relatively healthy, and and incorporate fresh fruit into it? And yes, of course you can. And this is great, this one. What I've used is 3 frozen fruits. You get these in all the supermarkets nowadays. I've got some sour cherries, a few frozen blueberries, some frozen raspberries, which I've left thaw out. And what I'm going to do is just crush them up a little bit, my cherries. And I'm going to just do the same with my raspberries, and I don't have to be too pushy. I could use separate spoons. I'm not going to, because I'm not in the mood. And the raspberry is particularly good at this one because you get lovely colour out of it. So crush them all up. And if you found they're a little bit resistant to crushing, I suppose you could chop them on the chopping board. You don't have to be too fussy, the blueberries. A great thing about frozen blueberries, interestingly, is most of the ones that are frozen are actually wild blueberries and contain considerably more of the things that are associated with blueberries, which make them extremely healthy. Because again, from an antioxidant point of view, it's very hard to beat a blueberry. And then we're going to use another superfood with this one. So you're kind of really getting a very healthy little dessert here by stealth. I'm going to use milled chia seeds, which are as the binder in this. And just going to put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of that into each one of these. Quantities aren't too important. Indeed, it's tricky to give a quantity because some fruit are going to be more moisture content, others are going to have less. So we'll just mix all those in together. Mix the chia and you get kind of a paste. You want this one so that you can kind of roll it a little bit. But what's going to happen is the chia seed will start to absorb quite a few. So it'll start off kind of light, but it'll kind of get thicker. But we want this so that we can kind of work it, for want of a better idea, or a better description. So really nice like that. There's our blueberry one. I'm going to another thing I like about the frozen fruit is there's nice juice content in them. So I'm just going to mix those around again. This is the milled. Now you could buy the whole chia seed, pop them into a food processor or liquidizer and turn it into like this nice milled chia flour. Again, it's whatever works for yourself. Or you could just simply buy it pre-milled. It's whatever you can get, really. And when it's a bit moist like that, we can just rest these in the refrigerator for a little while. When they get and it'll kind of stiffen up quite a bit. And don't forget, chia seed is, again, it's superfood among itself. It contains very high levels of omega-3, alpha-linolic acid, I think, although my pronunciations of those science words has never been the best. Mix all those up together so we have our nice sour cherry, blueberry, and raspberry. And I'm going to just mix these about and allow these 3 to chill in the fridge and just to kind of thicken up in the fridge for maybe about 15 minutes. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, having allowed these to soak in all the chia seed to soak in all the juice, you'll find that they're quite workable and they're a little bit more solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to form them into these nice neat little balls. And I'm going to use a non-stick mat here. Just although this is a cold recipe, working with chocolate, I find these silicone mats are great. Again, I could be washing my spoon, but hey, it's not the end of the world. So there's my blueberry one, my sour cherry, and finally, which has great color actually altogether, is the raspberry. And I like to just flatten these guys out a little bit as well. Don't be too hard on yourself if they're not perfect. And again, don't forget, these are like little power things themselves. Let's flatten them down a little bit. You could let them just kind of harden up and kind of in the refrigerator for a little while, just to make it a little bit easier when we coat them with the chocolate. Perfect, like that. Now then, next job, simply good quality dark chocolate. That's all you need. Use a fork and then dip your chia seeds in. Let them coat. Just use a little piece of another spoon. Shake off your excess. And then down. Now, obviously, the higher the cacao content, so 75 chocolate is going to be better for you, but you mightn't like so bitter, so, you know, use a 55% chocolate or so on, and just work your way through these. That's why I like the silicone mat, because it's very, very neat when you're working with chocolate. And just coat all of these guys, these little sweets or treats, if you like, with some good dark chocolate, and then we'll just let that chocolate set, and there is a very, very healthy little snack, which is kind of doesn't look healthy, but all it is chia seeds and fresh fruit, berries, antioxidants, and even the good bitter dark chocolate has its health benefits as well. So I'm just going to continue these until they're all coated up, and now I'm just going to pop these in the fridge to let the chocolate set. Now, having finally allowed these to rest inside the refrigerator, first of all, they're just coming off nicely. The chocolate is nicely set, and they also tend to firm up a little bit more as well. Just going to give them a very, very light little dusting of cocoa powder. Completely optional, but I just think it adds something. It adds a kind of a bit of sophistication, I suppose is the word. And there you have it, our little chocolate chia berry treats. We'll just take one of these little guys up nice and close, and see what they look like on the inside. And look at that. Absolutely great little treat. And you wouldn't think they're actually pretty good for you.